Welcome back to another video. It is Wednesday evening. It is almost 6 p.m. Training a little bit later than I wanted to today, but it's not that late to be fair. And this actual session should take me like an hour, maybe once I get started. Like it's not a super long session. And because it's week one in the block, it should not take that long at all. Like all the loads are pretty light and comfortable. Got set loads on most things, also lower volume than normal on this session as well, which I'm pretty happy about because I actually found this session a bit of a killer last block. Probably partly because I'm in quite a big deficit, but also, I don't know, it just felt like a lot, which is weird because when I used to program for myself, I gave myself a lot of volume and I was fine. And generally, like, my structure of my weeks hasn't changed that much, but there was just something last block that, like, I found it a bit of a killer. And I did tell my coach that, but also I said to my coach, like, I will do whatever I need to do. Like, you just tell me to suck it up and I'll continue. Like, yeah, I'll complain, but I'll still do it type thing. Like, I'm not the athlete that's ever going to skip things. But he has adjusted stuff slightly anyway because he wanted to move my squat volume in particular around a little bit throughout the week. So quite excited for a little bit of a change. Overall structure hasn't changed too much. Accessories have changed slightly on this day, but not massively. He has given me some weird new exercise that you use a lying leg curl for, but it's like a hip flexion movement. Intrigued to see how that goes, especially in a very busy commercial gym tonight, but it's fine. I will do what the program says and figure it out. But basically going to do SPD here. That shouldn't take me too long because everything is relatively light anyway. Squats are all set loads. Bench is just 3x5 at 85, which for me is literally like, let's say like 72 and a bit %, like it's not a lot. And then sumo deadlifts, paused, top triple, and then 2x3, but the top triple is an RPE5, so it's going to be very light anyway. And then back offs are going to be super, super comfortable and light. So looking forward to just kind of getting things underway and just kind of getting the session done. Energy levels today have been good. I am definitely experiencing a bit of an energy crash now, I think just because of the time and the fact it's dark outside. Ideally, I would like to start training earlier on this day, but I just think on a Wednesday that's not very doable, which is fine. But it's just one of those things, like I have to prioritize obviously walking the dog and stuff before I train, just because he can't be left indoors on his own for like an hour while I'm out here training if he's not had his long walk of the day. Like he'll always have his little walk first thing in the morning before I work, and then once I finish working, I'll take him on a longer walk. And it's not really fair of me to train and then take him, and also it's good for me to get some steps in before I train. So it just is what it is, but it's fine. No real life updates. Body weight is doing what we need it to. I was 86.8 this morning, which for anyone that doesn't know, I say this most videos at the moment with the cut and everything. I generally sit about half a kilo heavier during the week. And this morning I weighed in at 6 a.m. So already that's a very good morning weight. Like the target for this week is 86.7. And that's for like end of the week. And generally over the weekend, I drop at least half a kilo. So I would imagine this weekend will be low 86s, which will be fantastic. I'm basically a week ahead of schedule with the cut, which is great news. And I think the plan is going to be to just keep increasing my food ever so slightly rather than keep like dropping more than needed. I've also officially signed up for my next comp after British Bench, which is All England's. I think I did mention in the last video that I was going to be doing that, so I actually just filled in the form today to sign up. Have to wait for confirmation because I think it's like the top 7 in each weight class that get selected and get slots, or it might be top 8, I'm not actually sure. And I will be in those slots. I was ranked like 4th or 5th in the country last year in my weight class. That's not going to be a problem, and not everyone in my weight class is entering. So currently I'm ranked 2nd on the list against Holly, who came 3rd at British last year and beat me there. So that's pretty much a guaranteed spot. I just have to wait for the entries to close before they actually send out the official invites. But that is the plan. I will be honest though, part of me is tempted to not do it. I don't know. I think I'm a bit nervous to do a full power comp because if my total does not progress in the way that I know it should be, I will be fuming. And I need to just go and get it done. And I think it needs to just focus on me because the problem is as well, the last couple of comps, I've been more than capable of totaling in the 500s, but I just haven't, like I say, I haven't needed to. I've been in a battle, so it's been a case of being a bit more conservative. And like other things have kind of happened, but generally speaking, like all 3 of my best lifts at comp on squat, bench and deadlift add up to, I think 505, maybe 502, I think 505, not actually sure. But like I have the strength to total in the 500s, but I think I just need to, I don't know, I'm very frustrated. I actually posted a story earlier today that was like, if my total starts with a 4 again, I will just rage quit because and I know this is part of the sport and I'm just going to sulk about it because, you know, it's me as an athlete and it just is what it is. But I am feeling really good about training and I am making sure to stay on top of everything that I possibly can right now. So all will be fine. I actually managed a solid 8.5 hours of sleep last night, which is why I feel pretty good today. Like I say, energy is starting to drop a bit now, but that's only because of the time of day. But actually, yeah, I'm feeling pretty good. I need a big total, and I need to be, like, I haven't felt proud of my total. I don't know how long it's been, a very long time, and it's a draining feeling, and like it's making me not really want to compete. But also I need to put the numbers up on the platform to actually be proud of them. Like I've hit some crazy things in training, which I was obviously proud of in the moment, but you can't just refer back to training PBs. Like when you're a competing athlete, you need to also refer back to what you've done on the platform. So I need to just find a way to bring it to the platform. But it's fine. I will. The next comp, everything will be a success. But yeah, obviously once British Bench is done, that will be the main focus and priority. Not that we're particularly changing things for British Bench. I think my end of block squats and deadlifts are going to be slightly lower RP, but quite frankly, I need that anyway. And then we'll probably start to push a bit more again after, but I just need to really find my confidence across the board again. I think bench confidence has been really, really high. The end of last block didn't go well. My session on Sunday just gone, but I still benched 115 as a last warm up. I mean, I failed my top single, but like 115 moved as a legitimate last warm up. And that obviously wasn't my strongest day just based on how everything else played out. So I just need to keep my confidence essentially on all three lifts. I think sumo at the weekend also wasn't great, but we're going to adjust my stance slightly and basically just bring my feet in a little bit more, because my coach noticed that I failed a 180 pause single on Sunday, and he pointed out that it was a really weird place to fail for me anyway, which obviously I also knew, but it was almost like I couldn't quite lock it out, but I didn't fully lose balance. I just wasn't able to push through my feet anymore. Like I almost just lost my stability, and actually my feet my weight shifted a little bit. So he said about basically like experimenting with turning my feet in slightly more, and that will allow me a more solid base to push through, which obviously makes total sense and is something I'll definitely try this week. But yeah, I need that total to go up, and I know it will. I'm just frustrated, but I have time, I have months to put things together and actually show out how I want to. So the only person that's going to do the work is me, so I need to just actually crack on and do it. So yeah, anyway, I will stop talking. Like I say, no real updates apart from that I've actually entered the comp. But yeah, I'm gonna just get this SBD done. I'm making you another million. Some more whipped cream on your cake. I'm handing you another glorious pavilion. You got something that I really need. Something special we all feed on. In the hive, you're the queen. I'm a stone from your throne. I'm a king of motherfucking working drone. You can bite my wings off and drag me out. You'll always be my keeper, my holy route. You can make another fucking million. What you want ain't what you get. You can try to crush me 1,000 times. You will be my keeper, my only way out. Try to make another fucking million. What you want ain't what you get. Okay, so session is done. If I'm being totally honest, obviously everything moved fine. It's week one. It's all very light for me. It's all very comfortable for me. There is still some fatigue sitting there from the weekend. Obviously that's going to happen on week one. I'll be honest though, I just feel really annoyed I don't know, nothing felt hard, but I'm just feeling really annoyed and frustrated that I'm not further ahead. And I know that's a really bad headspace to be in, but obviously I just want to be transparent. But like, I enjoyed the session. I got it all done. Everything moved as it should. It's not a problem. My starting point for this block is good. My plans for the end of the block are still well within reach. They're decent numbers that I'll be happy to hit. But I feel really unsatisfied right now. And I'm obviously just going to use that to help fuel the next few months of training. But I'm not overly happy. Again, I'm just going to keep ticking boxes and keep going. Obviously, like there's literally no other choice. Like I'm not going to quit, and I know I'm capable of a lot more, and I will keep going until I get to where I know I'm capable of and further. But like, yeah, just mentally it's a bit hard at the minute, I guess. And I'm trying to keep this positive front of like, tick every box. It's all going to work out. It's all fine. Like, don't let one bad session derail you. And it isn't that the weekend session going badly has derailed anything. I think it's just this realization that I'm still no further ahead. Like the numbers I hit at the start of last year are so much further ahead than the numbers I'm hitting at the moment. And it's just this really frustrating thing of like, I just need things to come together. And I know they will with time, and I just have to keep trusting the process. But I guess it's just hard. And And I'm just, not in the best headspace with it. Like, it's weird though, because I'm motivated to come out here every session. Like, I was looking forward to training today. I looked forward to training yesterday. Like, I'm excited to attack every session with max effort. And that's a really good headspace to be in. But then it gets to the end of the session and I'm like, that was average, like, whatever. And yeah, I don't really know how to express how I'm feeling, but I guess that's the best we're going to get. But it's fine. Now I'm going to go to the gym and do my accessories and some cardio and spend some time stretching my hamstrings. That definitely felt a bit better yesterday after I'd stretched it. It's annoying because it alleviates it for a little bit and then it just kind of comes back quite badly. And I definitely felt it a lot when I was squatting today. But I am getting work done to it Friday and I'm going to keep regularly booking in for a bit and just, my goal is to really get this kind of as close to gone as possible. Especially if it is going to start interfering with my lifts. Like, I don't think it will, but just feeling it when I'm squatting is enough to put me off a little bit. But overall, it was a decent session. Like, actually, everything moved exactly as it should, if not easier. It was all fine. And I am going to keep riding this wave of like frustration to help fuel everything. So it's not necessarily a bad thing. But yeah, just going to keep going. And I think having a comp date to aim for also helps as well. But I just need things to come together now. And like I say, even if they don't, I'm still going to keep going because I just love the sport. But it's just this frustrating thing at the moment where I just feel like I should be so much further than I am. But all I can do is keep showing up and sticking to the plan. So anyway, on that lovely positive note, actually I will just say one more thing. So I don't know if I mentioned at the start, my nutrition coach gave me higher macros for this week if I sit at lighter body weight. So essentially I was like, I'm already at next week's target or the end of this week's target, give or take 100 grams. So she was like, if you sit at this weight this week, like after the next couple of days, then just go to these slightly higher calories, like 1900 every day rather than 1700. And actually, I think I'm going to go to them tomorrow anyway. Actually, I was 86.8 this morning, which is 100 grams over the end of week target. Like, I think I said that earlier. And actually, because I just feel like I'm still carrying a bit too much fatigue from the weekend, I'd rather have that little bit of extra food and just kind of boost my recovery a little bit. I am also doing extra cardio this week. And the whole point was, if I'm doing cardio, my step goal is 8 to 10K a day. Whereas if I'm not doing cardio twice a week, the step goal is 12K a day. Well, I'm still making sure to hit a minimum of 10K a day, like absolute minimum. So minimum of 10K a day plus 20 minutes of cardio twice a week as a minimum of cardio as well, like potentially 3 times a week, depending on the week. I think it makes sense to just add those extra 200 calories to my diet, at least just to get my recovery kind of up. Because as me and my nutrition coach both said at the weekend during my check-in, like, my body weight is at a point where we can make weight from here. Granted, it would be hard and it would suck, but we can do it. So now it's just a case of keep chipping away and getting closer and closer to the class so that the making weight is easier. So yeah, I do think I'm going to that was my way of saying I think I'm going to probably increase my food a little bit tomorrow, and hope that'll help a little bit with this extra recovery. But like, I'm still not struggling on these calories. Like, my hunger levels aren't super high. I had quite a lot of cravings yesterday, but then I just had I make a yogurt bowl every day, and I just had that earlier on because I was craving sweet things. And as soon as I've had that, because that is a sweet meal, it kind of gets rid of those cravings anyway. So it's just managing my food properly around that sort of thing. But I think a little bit of extra calories just for a few days would probably do me good. Even if that means next week we then have to drop them back down again. Like, doesn't bother me because I'm not hungry on them. It's just, yeah. Anyway, let's wrap the video up. Thank you very much if you have made it to the end of the video. I really appreciate it. Please be sure to leave a like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you in a few days for the next one.